Hi guys, welcome back. I hope this week finds you well. And as for us, we have been sick all week. So I don't know if my voice sounds a little bit funny. Yesterday I had a very terrible voice, so I had to delay filming this vlog till today. So I'm glad I woke up and my voice sounds to me like it's back, but that's why it sounds a little bit off if it does. So anyway, today I have some cleaning to do outside. I mean, it's been raining here all week long, like last week, like I think I showed you guys in the video, on Friday's video if you caught that. And it finally cleared up. I'm feeling better, so I'm gonna get outside and just clean things up. It's always so gunky outside and just destroyed after rain like that hits you. So I left the tablecloth on out there, and some of my candles are overflowed, and just, I mean, oranges are falling off the tree, the whole thing. It needs to be swept and just tidied up. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I have been asked for a garden tour, and right now is not the best time to give you a garden tour because of course there's nothing growing right now really out in the garden. But I might just kind of give you a mini tour just to show you how things are right now and just sort of talk about gardening today. I thought I'd just bring you along for that since I'm going to be outside. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about my garden, show you some things, get some cleanup going. And later on in the video, when I come back in, I am going to be making a garlic soup, which is an immune boosting soup that I make each time we're sick. And I thought it's a perfect time to share that with you guys since I'm going to be making it. I'm sick and we are going into the virus time of year, right? Where sicknesses just kind of hit you. So I thought it'd be a great one to share today. And I hope you enjoy coming along. So let's get going with some of that cleaning. Dumping out sort of anything that has water sitting in it. Of course, our fire pit is full. That's a mess out here. Oranges are already falling. We normally don't have them ready until, gosh, January, so it's pretty early for them to be getting color on them, but the tree is loaded, so that'll be nice this year, but not nice to have them rotting on the floor now, so I'm gonna get all that cleaned up. I'm all done cleaning the patio. It looks much better. And now I'm standing at the beginning sort of entrance into the main garden that I have. And one of the things I wanted to tell you was that this is the first garden I've ever had in my life. Prior to moving to this house, we had maybe one potted plant that I was gifted, and that died immediately. So I really learned a lot here. And no matter where you live, it doesn't matter how large your yard is, you can keep and learn and grow a garden. So if you think that you're not skilled enough to have a garden, there's definitely a lot of information out there and anybody can learn. There's not much growing right now. I do have a little bit of calendula, some hollyhocks. That's a pomegranate there in the pot. And of course, my lavender. Lavender grows excellent here. I am in zone 9B. If you are familiar with that zone, it's a very sunny zone. So we're very lucky. With a lot of the things that we can plant. A lot of Mediterranean plants do well here. This is the other side of that. In the center there is oregano. I have some rosemary in the back there. This started as a herb garden and quickly just became whatever would live here. That's what it's turned into. So this is a lot of drought tolerant things. I have some African daisies here at the bottom, and I have some random hollyhocks that have sown seed there in the middle. I planted them on the outskirts of this garden and they have spread all over the yard. So that's a great one to plant if you would like them to self-seed. I have some more hollyhocks. This is a flower bed for the most part. I have grown tomatoes in here. This is just on the outskirts. I have an arch here and some climbing roses that hopefully one day will fill this whole entire arch out, or at least that's the plan. And then coming through, I put a lot of different boxes, and I have traded each of these boxes out throughout the couple of years I've been gardening. So sometimes they're veggies and sometimes they are flowers. And I'm definitely loving the flowers more than anything else. There's the very last bit of basil there, and I'm letting it go into seed. As you can see, the little seeds are forming here, and I get those dried out and use the seed for next year. So that's kind of why I have that still there. Cut down a few trees from our property, and that's what I've used for borders. I need to weed this and just get it ready to kind of rest for the winter. And when I do that, I also add things like rabbit pellets or poop to the garden beds, or bokashi compost, as you've seen me do before, some sort of compost to the bed to just add in there so that they're ready come springtime. Unfortunately, a gopher that has been just coming through here, and I've had it treated by the pest control guy, and I'm really hoping that we catch him at some point because it's destroying the yard that I have growing. I finally got yard grass growing here. This was all bald when I moved in, so you can imagine this is a lot of work, and I hate having it destroyed by a little critter. Their arch. And I have a climbing rose right here that looks beautiful come spring, and I'm hoping again it'll fill out this entire trellis at some point, as they're still trying to grow. So I'm going to actually make a small bouquet that I've been making with the basil that I just showed you and the zinnias, because that's the last of the beautiful flowers until springtime. So that's it for the most part. Again, there wasn't much to see as far as something growing, but I just wanted to share it with you so that you can kind of see it bare. And then come spring again, I'll probably end up doing a spring garden tour as requested. Came back in to grab a pair of scissors so that I could cut a new bouquet for the kitchen. And I'm gonna also grab some twine to save the old one, because what I do is I save the seeds for both the basil and the zinnias that are in the bouquet that I'm taking out. So I hang those and I add new while I can. It is about dinner time and I'm gonna get that soup going that I mentioned before. So this is a broth type soup and it really doesn't have much to it, but it is an immune boosting soup because it is packed with garlic, and garlic is excellent for you, especially when you are sick. And so I have my little basket of garlic and we're gonna need about 10 cloves for this. So I'm gonna start peeling and getting those ready for the soup. Once I get the garlic peeled and ready, I am going to mince it roughly. And then I'm going to take the blade of my knife and a little bit of salt and make somewhat of a garlic paste just to help the process along of breaking down that garlic. Now we're going to get our garlic going in just a little bit of olive oil. Letting our garlic just kind of heat up a little bit. You want to be careful not to burn the garlic. We're just letting it release its aromatics a little bit there. And I have a liter of chicken stock here that I made yesterday. And so you're going to need anywhere from 4 to 6 cups of chicken stock depending on how much of this garlic soup that you want to make. And once the garlic is cooked just for a couple of seconds, you can then add the stock right in. All right, so our broth is simmering away with that garlic, and now I'm going to separate 2 eggs. Next, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar to the yolk and mix well. I have added in 1 tablespoon of chives to the broth. Now we're going to add our egg whites, and we're going to add them by stirring consistently as you pour them in. I'm going to blend this down just a little bit. Finish it off by keeping the heat off and pouring in our yolk and our vinegar and giving it a stir. Ordinarily, I don't serve the soup with anything if we're sick because of course we don't have that much of an appetite, but this does go really well with a nice loaf of sourdough bread if you bake. It's a lovely soup to make whether you're sick or not. I hope this is a recipe that you enjoy and try, and it will be coming to the blog very soon. All right guys, so that is it for today's vlog. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you guys on the next one.